What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Titch and Geezer's Friday night chat along. Geezer, you've got your jacket and collars up, so it's still a bit chilly over there.
Nah, not so bad, mate. I just put it on just in case. I could probably take this jacket off. Wouldn't make much difference. But yeah, I just so acclimatized now. I just automatically go for it. I say no, I'm not going to be cold. That's how it works.
So
I'm missing something.
Okay.
Yeah, carry it. Oh.
I was going to say. So obviously, you asked me off air. Like, it's you know it's warm over here. Is that because of the channels, like when you're on the?
Yeah, I watched one of Russie B's little 5-minute transfer things, and he's talking about 30 degrees, and he's going, how hot it is. I'm just laughing. I for fuck's sake. Yeah. But it does. I remember that being over there when I came back over. As soon as it hit 30 degrees, everyone just goes to bits, doesn't they? The whole infrastructure in the UK seems to fall apart when it hits 30 degrees.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're not geared up for it. Your houses are hot in that, you know, you've all got double glazed, you're all insulated for the winter. So you're not really geared up for the summer heat.
At all.
And I haven't got, this is the thing, it's winter now, cold, but I don't have a heater in this house. I don't have a fire, I don't have anything.
You just put on what the clothes you need to put on in your pan.
I just, it gets chilly. Believe me, it can get chilly up through the night, but I just wrap up rather than have any gas fires. Or I could put in a wood fire here, but I just don't. No. Yeah, because it's for a few weeks in the winter. Maybe 8 weeks. That's it.
And then the heat.
So I don't know.
It's funny because so here, like obviously, I've said for years that in this house, when it's hot, it's fucking hot, especially at the top of the house. Anyway, yeah, I'm in the living room now, and we've got one window open of the two, and it's like it gets to a certain point, and then it turns like cold in here, but elsewhere you're not getting no but in this room. So last night, I tried to sleep and I didn't sleep, but yeah, so in this room it's a lot cooler. Top of the house, same side of the house, windows, sky windows open, boiling hot, like so it's different part of the house.
See here, especially in Queensland, every roof here, you know, a lot of them are bungalow type houses here, right? So you're anywhere near a roof, you're going to feel the heat from it. But most of them have got vents in it to let that hot air out of your attic, out to the. If you don't have that it just makes inside so much hotter.
Yeah, we ain't got that. We definitely ain't got that. Good evening, Wally. He says evening.
Wally, boy.
Inky says good evening, Titch, Geezer, and all lot. Last game of the season is West Ham v Leeds. Hope you don't need the points. Hope you don't need the point to stay up. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, we are. Let's hope that's not down to us or you to see who goes down.
It's crazy though, isn't it? That with our relationship with the Leeds, but that's the last game. I didn't even realise. I know we got Sunderland first. That's about it. Wally,
unless that changes.
Good evening, Roberto. Was Robert here last week?
No.
He weren't, was he? How you doing, Rob? Even also, oh, sorry, I wasn't around last week. Went down to Bournemouth for a wedding, and time I remember you have gone. Yeah, so it's a short one. Today we probably be the same, like just over an hour. I can't even think what to talk about, but there's always something to talk about. I think.
Right, Robert.
And look.
Yeah, well, hope you got a note. Hope you got a note. Did you send in a note for last week?
Note, yeah. And good evening from Lexington, Kentucky, coming on. Big up, Lawrence. We didn't see Lawrence for a few weeks either, so I'm glad you're back, Lawrence. How was your vacation? That's the last time we spoke, was when you was going on vacation, but you would have come back from that a long time ago. I'm glad you could join us. Lawrence, we're here for about an hour and some change. It's the only game I want West Ham to lose. Yeah, likewise. And I've just got more expectation for Leeds this season than West Ham. Big up Charlie boy. Says, what's up, fellas? Hope you're well, Charlie.
Charlie boy.
Hope you're good. All things considered. Vacation was great. Good. Glad to hear it. He's got his notepad. That's his sick note. So I've got that.
That's sorted.
Hey, CB. I'm trying to think. What's going on? Obviously, Club World Cup, which we're not really interested in, but it's going on in the States. I don't know what happened today. Benfica was playing Auckland, but it was like postponed. Not postponed. There was like an interval where bad weather. So Wally, you might be able to help me. I don't know what type of bad weather. Anyway, at that point, it was 1-0 to Benfica. They scored in the 45th +8, the Angel Di Maria. And then I checked it just now. They ended up winning 6-0. Obviously, Auckland lost 10-0 to Bayern Munich in their opening game. So that's 16 goals conceded, none scored.
Yeah.
As expected,
It's always going to happen, won't it?
Yeah. So what I'll do is, even though it's not really, but it's football that's going on in a minute. Let me just go to yeah. I was gonna say, this one here. Good evening, Danny boy. Where is he? There he is. Hope you're well. Right, so so Chelsea lost, right? They was beating Flamengo 1-0. I saw that, and then when I went back to it to check, they ended up losing 3-1.
Yeah, I just watched a 3-minute highlights of that, geezer.
Oh, you seen it? Yeah, I didn't see it.
It was that onwards. I what YouTube? I thought, fuck it, I'll just be able to watch that before I come on here. So yeah, they looked like they were good, and 1-0 up.
Bring the keys back to me.
They started with Liam Delap, and they scored from Neto, good goal.
Yeah,
and then they got 2 back on them late. Flamengo from balls into the box, and then last kick of the game, they scored the third.
In that group, Flamengo have got 6 points from 6. Chelsea got 3 from 6, and the bottom 2 have only played 1 game. They've got they haven't got any points yet. It's surprising that oh no, sorry, it will be the same day. They'll be playing later on today, I would imagine, because obviously the time difference. So I'm assuming they'll be playing in the next few hours that game, which is a Tunisian team and Los Angeles FC. PSG lost. They won their first game 4-0, I think, against Atletico Madrid. They lost yesterday against Botafogo, which is obviously a Brazilian team.
Really?
Yeah. Who else?
Strange results.
Man City got off to win in their first game, 2-0.
Did they?
Yeah. Foden scored and Doku scored. And I think Foden has said that he's back. This season, he's back. So we'll see. But I think Man City will look more like Man City this season. Like they're making new signings. They should be hungry.
Yeah.
So, also, sorry. Let me just stick on this for a minute. Let me just go to the standings. So Palmeiras, Inter Miami, both on 4 points from 2 games. Porto and Al Ali, 1 point. Botafogo, PSG top their group. Atletico Madrid in that group as well. Benfica, Bayern, obviously are going to, you'd imagine would go through. But Boca Juniors have still got to play Bayern and Auckland. Flamengo top Chelsea's group. River Plate, Monterrey, Inter drew with Monterrey. Juve, Man City both won in the same group, and Real Madrid drew with Al Hilal, who won the Saudi Pro League and had a penalty saved. I think 86th minute or something like 84th minute or whatever. Mbappe didn't play. I think he had some sort of illness or he went to hospital, but he's out now. I know you've probably got no interest in that, but. And this goes for everybody watching. Who would you, if you was to, I know it's going to be like potluck. If you was to pick a winner, who do you think is going to take that the most serious? And who would you pick as a winner for that? If you could,
it's a lot of money up for grabs, geezer, in this.
How much? What's the winner's take?
I think it's over 90 million.
What, for the winners?
I think so.
90 million?
Yeah, I'm sure I heard something like 93 or 98 million for the winners.
I swear that's more than any competition that these teams would have.
Yeah. But I don't know if they meant total money, geezer. I don't think so. But I doubt it. But I heard that. So I heard it that
incentive. There's incentive there's definitely incentive to win this. Then a financial incentive.
It is for the club. Whether the players are, the players all these players have just had a massively big season, and now they're playing this. Really, when it should be their holidays. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are they really up for it? These players. heat and all. There's a lot of heat out there, guys. Some of these teams are playing in fucking hot conditions. It makes a massive difference as well. But I think Man City would be. I mean, after Pep season, I mean they'll be keen. I mean they'll be very keen.
I was about to say the same thing, and I didn't realize that the prize, whatever it is going to be a large amount. I think City as well, where they would probably, it's been a bad season, but to win this at the end of the season, it's the inaugural Club World Cup. It's like a proper World Cup.
I think a lot of these lesser clubs, sort of, if you say lesser clubs, to be want of a better word, in Brazil, they'll be really up for it. Even if it, an incrementally money you get for each round you get to or each game, I think they'll all be up for it because it's money to them. They don't earn big monies, so the money situation is an incentive. But I think PSG. You said they lost the second game.
Yeah, so they beat Atletico 4-0. Then they lost to, I think, Botafogo 1-0 last night.
Yeah, because they looked so good in that first game. I think they'd be like to carry on and stick that on their resume as well. Yeah, interesting. But group stages are always till it gets to knockout. Then,
But like you've just alluded to, Botafogo obviously are Brazilian, and maybe because like you said, that what's at stake. Maybe a team like that, obviously they've beaten PSG and kept a clean sheet, which is, from what we've seen of PSG this season, that is a big result considering PSG beat Atletico 4-0, so they are taking this seriously. Yeah, so right, Chelsea lost 3-1. Chelsea lost. Probably thunderstorms. Yeah, because it was like delayed. They played and then obviously delayed for a long time. Lawrence, need an update. How did I finish on what happened with Daza? Right, Lawrence, we'll get back to that. Let me just read. And then we'll get straight back to that comment there. Good evening, Danny boy, for the second time tonight. Some said that Bayern earned the amount. He might have Inky hello for the second time. I watched the match. Flamengo controlled the second half. That was against Chelsea. Good evening, first fielder. It says evening all. Neat Lego Danny.
Logo.
What he said, right, what he said, I've been to 2 West Ham matches here in the US and both had delays for thunderstorms. Laugh out loud. Freshy cheers. Pre-season matches. Wally, are you going to one? Did he say he was going to one of the pre-seasons?
Yeah. He said New York City, didn't he?
Are you talking? They haven't happened. Wally, wait, hold on. Have them ones? Oh, you mean previously?
Previously, yeah.
Yeah, previously, yeah. Let me just say, champ.
When he's not supporting Man City.
Where was Larry Dog's vacation? Here we go. 95 million last year, and Auckland earned 1.1 million. Kane earns 450 grand per week, and the part-timers are capped to £66 per week. Fucking hell. Sorry. So it is 95 million. I thought he was saying 95 million was last year's prize fund, which would never have been the case. But so it's 95 mil. So you're right, Geezer, because that might be in euros or whatever. So pounds, maybe.
Yes, that's a lot of fucking money, isn't it?
Probably fresh. Lexa and Bourbon tour. Yeah, that's crazy money. Curacao. Is that how you pronounce it? Curacao?
Curacao, yeah, it's Mexico, isn't it? I think. Just put the kettle on.
Is it Mexico? I thought because there's a country. I thought there was a country similar name to that as well. Did you go Mexico or is that a country, Lawrence? Please. They love me down there. Sounds nice, Lawrence. Wally, that is my daily tour. Blue drink theme, not as good as blueberries, obviously. Even the team who come last, get around 3 million. So Auckland are going to get a nice sum.
This money's coming on.
Right, this is a good question, and we will get back to Lawrence's question. That's the most important one, obviously, regarding Darren. Where is all that money coming from? The attendance at the first Chelsea match in Philly was pitiful. Yeah, I think the first game had a 65,000 capacity, and there was 61,000, so it looked good. But by all accounts, even Claire was one of the games on TV, and she's like, "Why is there nobody there?" Like, I haven't paid much interest, but she said, "Why is there no one there?" I'm like, I ain't got a clue. So I don't know if that was Chelsea's first.
Yeah, well. like anything, Wally, I'll tell you this now, and you could go through it through COVID. The money that attendance money isn't the biggest thing in the world. It's part of it, but it's always this TV rights. They're selling this all over the world.
It's on DAZN, yeah, and
that's where the money has to be. The most of the money. I mean, I remember that Kieran Maguire. He's a financial expert. Goes on TalkSport. Gio had him on a couple of times. And he tells you, he broke it down with the attendance money isn't the biggest thing in the world. What it is, mate, it could be a couple of million quid. It's not where the big money, the big bucks are TV rights around the world.
Yeah. And
that's why they're making it a world, like a World Cup. I mean, if you've got teams there, say from Africa, you're going to get people from, people that wouldn't normally tune into it from Africa watching it. New Zealand, everyone's got an interest in it because everyone's got a club in it. I think I can't understand. Someone could understand why have we. I'm pretty sure there's not an Australian team in it.
No, there ain't.
Why?
Yeah, I don't get that. But you've got the New Zealand part timers. I don't get that. Sorry. So it is the Caribbean island of Curacao, however you pronounce it. I thought so.
He drug dealing.
Island in the Caribbean about drug dealing. Went to Puerto Rico in March. Should have stayed for good. What's it like there, CB? And I'm guessing Wally or Lawrence. I reckon you've both been to Puerto Rico. So what was your experience there? I'm guessing, Curacao is that blue liquor. Charlie boy, was you drinking the blue liquor in Curacao, Lawrence? As I wasn't here last week, did you mention Ange Sakim? We did. And Giza had his violins out. Hey, fresh. We're going to get back to your comment, Lawrence. Larry, Wally, Rob. Good evening, Colin. Good evening, Titch, and good morning, Kieran. You wonderful gentlemen. As always, it's a pleasure, Colin. Glad you could join us. Australia is shit, says Robert. That's why they had no representation at the SIG. Robert, despite there being no games. Okay, right. Brecci says, Robert, despite there being no games, Giza hosted the biggest Big Ange love-in last week. I don't know that.
Did I?
Right, where's the comment? One sec. Sorry.
I call it.
Fuck's sake. I need to find a comment. Oh, here we go. In regards to the league table, Lawrence, let me just see what I've got in here. And I didn't update the last one because it didn't make any difference. And then obviously we had the sad news on Darren. So I didn't even, it didn't make any difference. So if we put this up, that's it. It finished in that order, maybe with a couple more points. I think the last week was quite a bad week for everyone, but it was that order, Lawrence. So that was the order. Let me just actually no, we'll leave the comment there because you can't see my name then. So that's perfect actually. Just add a few more points to everybody, not too many, and that's how it finished, Lawrence. Let me go back to here. Now, need an update. How did I finish and what happened with Darren? I think Robert saw through maybe Darren's Facebook that he had I believe, a short illness and passed away. I don't know too much. I found out from Giza, and I don't even know how soon or how late after that was that Darren had passed. Yeah. So Giza, how did you find out?
Yeah, it was just on one of them chat things that I think Budgie put it up there. They must be on a Facebook somewhere. Must have seen the same thing. So found out through that. I couldn't believe it. Well, just talking to him, weren't we? And next thing, bang.
Yeah, and obviously the live we done before we found out Darren wasn't here. He was always, you don't know, he's always here, even if he says, "Look, I'm driving," whatever. So I wasn't worried then, but I always think, okay, I wonder what's up. I would never have thought as bad, because he's always there. You understand? So when you lot are not here, we notice. So it's like a routine. So and obviously then he just so sad. Inky and Robert have made a suggestion that we get a little trophy, name it after Darren, and just engrave it at the end of the season. And I think that's a fantastic idea. And I would imagine that Darren, if he were able to get wind of what he's doing, I think he'd appreciate that. So that's something that I will definitely sort out for. We've got a long time before the end of next season anyway. So definitely something in honor of Darren Higgins. But yeah, no information, Lawrence. I don't know anything. But it's sad. Right, what we've got here. Let me catch up here. One sec, Geezer. Colin, my man. How you doing? Colin's here, by the way, Geezer.
Yeah, all right, Cole.
CB, I think Colin, my man. How you doing, Wally? Right, here we go. Puerto Rico was beautiful. San Juan is expensive, but I went to Vega Baja, where my son's mother is from. Oh, I didn't know she's Puerto Rican. Had a great time. I'm fluent in Spanish. I didn't know that either. So it was easy for me to maneuver. I didn't know you could speak Spanish.
Yeah. You can speak the language. God, it makes a difference. We talked about that, wasn't it, last week?
Yeah, last week when we're talking about Trent speaking.
Yeah.
Hold on. So CB. Right. If you're fluent in Spanish, you have to be fluent in Italian. If not, then yeah. So I'm assuming you're fluent in Spanish and Italian and okay at English.
Yeah.
Let us know. Yeah, confirm that you're fluent in Italian. You have to be. How you doing, mate?
Not as fluent as the Italian scene.
Yeah.
Actually, they're not as fluent as him.
Lawrence says, Inky and Daddy, how does my ass smell? Oh, here we go. Thanks for this, Fresher. This is... Okay, so Freshy's put that. Let me just put this back up one more time, just because then we've got that added to it. So, oh no, he's got Freshy 3,100. I got him as 3,000. Oh, at 100. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking of
total score, right?
Yeah. I was thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking of 3,010 there. Right. So Freshy 3,100. Walito. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So Wally was okay. 150 behind. Fix Giza 2760. Fix Darren.
Yeah, third. Maybe a third.
Larry 2660. Not a fix. The true champ. So yeah, Giza pipped Lawrence in the last couple of weeks and got a credible Champions League placement in third. Let's get that gone and go back here. There we go. Right, so right, here we go. Somebody's put an update. Inky double champ fixed. Robert, Danny fixed. Titch, Colin, and Sophon. Bloody hot fella. RP Darren. Yep. How you doing, Fresh Fielder? Sound, Colin. Hope you're well, Mucker. Right, Giza. Third bullshit fixed. So
no problem, mate. Not only was I third, I won the golden boot.
Yep.
135 points.
Yeah.
There you
go. Player of the season. So again, for the second season in a row. The family has said that they're going to keep Darren's Facebook page active. Oh, that's good.
So yes, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't do Facebook, so I've done it for 10 years or so. Shame.
Sounds great, CB. I went to San Juan one time. Nice beaches and very cool fortress and town. I knew Wally had been to Puerto Rico. I was stationed in Puerto Rico for 7 months in 1995. Beautiful. Yeah, I knew Lawrence and Wally had obviously been there. Inky, do you know if the table team will be joining us next season? Stationed. We speak Neapolitan version of Italian. Okay, right. Explain that. I like to.
Yeah. It's got a different dialect type thing, isn't it?
Ah. So is that just people from Naples that would speak a Neapolitan version?
Maybe in that region, probably, yeah.
And the thing is, how does that differ from? Yeah, does that mean that some things they can understand each other and others they can't?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be just different words. It's a bit like the Geordies and the Cockneys, completely different.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. How
I don't know
man?
what they think.
They say how man. Move along, nothing to see here. Robert, the table team only does Leeds channel. Shu didn't even do his fantasy football last season. Yeah, he's not doing YouTube at all. Neapolitan means from Naples. Yeah, I knew that. CB, does that mean you like thick crust, not thin? Also, right, Liverpool. Liverpool have completed it's 110, but I think it can rise to 116, providing certain things or whatever. With add-on, sorry. With Florian Wirtz. Is it Florian?
Florian Wirtz, mate.
Yeah.
I think it is the signing of the year, guys. Without a fucking shadow of doubt. As soon as I heard that, I went, oh my God. Liverpool are serious, guys. They don't normally go do them £100 million buys, Liverpool.
Nope.
But they spent nothing last season. Basically nothing. And to come in and get Wirtz, I went, oh, wow, they're serious. Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kirkez.
Kirkez, yeah.
Fucking hell. I mean, they're really replacing Arnold Robertson and bringing Florian Wirtz into... his last couple of years, he's been one of the best players in Europe. Now, whether he continues that at Liverpool, we'll see. But he has been fabulous. He really has. And why they won the bloody Bundesliga that year before last. He's fabulous. They've been absolutely raked, haven't they, Leverkusen, for players as well. They've lost fucking so many now.
So look, Wirtz and Frimpong have obviously left there, gone there. The manager's gone to Real Madrid. Now, this is a frightening thought. I saw a screenshot or whatever today saying, Liverpool's dream if they get all their signings. And then I thought, okay. So they had Alisson, obviously. They had Kirkez, Frimpong, Van Dijk, Kanate as the back. In the middle, they didn't even have Gravenberch in there, who was phenomenal last season. They had Soboslai, McAllister, Wirtz, Salah, Diaz, and then their number 9. And I don't know if he's a target. They in this mock-up, they had Isak. Now, if Liverpool were, I don't know if they're in for him. I doubt it, but I know they're looking to offload Darwin Núñez. But I'm saying, imagine you put Isak into that team.
I don't think that will happen, but I can't imagine them buying £200 million players plus.
No. But
in one window, I can't see that happening. But yeah, you'd rather that didn't have him because that.
that's not fair.
I'd rather Newcastle had him. There's Arnie Slot's not messing about, right? He's serious for carrying it on. He's obviously he'll be looking at the league and Champions League next year doing this sort of business. It's not, it's unreal.
Crazy.
Plus, they're selling Quansah.
Yep, to Leverkusen.
They reckon he's going out the door for 30 million.
Is it 30 million they're going to get? Yeah, and he came through the academy, didn't he, Quansah? So that's profit, all profit. And straight away, it just offsets that 100 mil or whatever for Wirtz with a player that they paid nothing for. One sec. What we got? Move along here. Wait, hold on. No, read that. Hold on. All right. I like strawberry ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and vanilla ice cream all together, which we know isn't Neapolitan. Or what Robert Single Tony said. Robert, it's a shame because they had a good community. Talking about disabled team. New York pizza and the traditional Napoli pizza are different. I prefer Napoli style, says CB, which would be the thin crust, wouldn't it? It'd be more, rather than the New York would be thick crust, dripping. I would imagine the Neapolitan or Napoli style would be more healthy as a pizza than the New York. A lot healthier. I pulled into Naples a few times. Is there a Naples in Florida? Oh, there is. Did you know that, Geezer?
I've seen a few strange names in America, though. I've seen they've even got a Palestine somewhere there in America, isn't it?
I know they've got like, I think they've got like 16 Birminghams in America. Yeah.
No,
Yes, on the west coast of Florida, Birmingham. Yes, all old people there and bad pizza. Florida's full of old people and maniacs. Just read that Jackson got red carded tonight for Chelsea.
Oh, I did see that at the end games. When I said I watched them highlights. Oh,
What for?
Yeah. Fair play to the referee. The referee had his fucking card out of his pocket before the geezer started rolling around. Like right over the top of the ball bloke, right at the top of the shin, and fucking dragged it down. No ifs or buts. No ifs or buts.
Right. So that's a straight red, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So he's out of this tournament. He missed Chelsea's last 3 games of the season for that on a Newcastle player, Sven Botman, I think. Remember, he elbowed him and he was out for 3. So he's picking up.
There you go.
At crucial time.
He probably doesn't want to play in the fucking thing.
Exactly. Yeah, get me out of it.
Well, I don't know what because that's a tournament. It might be a 2-game ban.
Oh yeah,
so
maybe actually.
It could be that. But it was a definite red card. Fair play to the ref. He didn't hesitate. Bang.
Just like Mama used to make. Oh, I had a song in my head today. Doesn't pizza originate from Napoli?
That's what I thought. To be honest,
there's a Melbourne, Florida too. Right. Does pizza originate from Napoli? One sec. East Palestine, Athens. Yeah, I know they've got Athens in Georgia. King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. It's Wally. That's where Wally's from at Prussia.
There is D's in Boston. I want somebody to answer or question him on that. Lots of UK towns names up in Massachusetts.
Even when you think about New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? New York.
Yeah.
It's named after York. New York State.
Yes, pizza originated from Napoli. The margherita pizza was made with sauce, mozzarella, and basil leaves to replicate green, white, and red colors of the flag. They were to present a new food to the Queen. Wow. See, this is a History Channel. It's King of Prussia. History Channel. Shit, what was I about to say? I was about to say something, wasn't I? Fuck's sake. I lost my train of thought. Oh, man. Annoying. I swear I see something. After we was live, maybe 2 days later, I see another. I think there was another shark attack in Florida, maybe.
Only that one I think CB mentioned last week. It was a young girl. She was only 9, and the shark bit her hand, and they got her out and got her to surgery straight away. And apparent report I saw it said that she had her fingers moving, so they might have saved her hand. That's the only one I've seen.
Was that in Florida? Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Florida.
Love intercourse, Pennsylvania. Just saying. Surely there's not. Nah, there can't be a place in Pennsylvania called that, can there? Can there? We have a new London. Right, there's a new London in Connecticut.
Yeah.
New London. Sounds funny. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you were going to sing a song. Fuck, what was the song? Fuck. Thanks for that, Fresh. Oh, shit. Just yeah. Oh, man. Paradise.
Beyond me singing a song.
Yeah. Paradise, Pennsylvania is right next to Right, you lot obviously you're joking about this. This is probably a joke. Tell me this is just a joke. Must be. Has to be. No way. Look. Yes, Intercourse is right. The middle of the Amish. There is a place called Intercourse in Pennsylvania.
Right. Near the Amish.
I mentioned a 9-year-old shot last week. I told you to Google it. I think it was something else, though, maybe, Fresh, because it just popped up. What did you say, Geezer?
No, it's the only one I've seen, but yeah, Freshy, that was the one. Yeah, she's a 9-year-old girl. But lucky enough, he only bit her hand.
And it wasn't permanent.
No, so it was mostly just a quick bite, and then it took off. Like I say, they got her to hospital in time to do surgery on it just to save her hand. So you're right. That's what I read anyway.
I forgot the song. You know, it was the other day, and I was like, okay, this is the line, or the but I completely forgot it. Fuck's sake. I don't go in the water in Florida. Says. All right, Geezer, you've told us before. Yeah, what was your scariest encounter in the? Yeah, carry on. I'm not. What you gonna say?
No, just you know that guy I watched, Peter Santanello.
What does he do?
You,
go to different countries.
He's a vlogger that goes around America, just seeing different communities and whatever, or goes to the border. He's one of the best at it, and he's just done a 2-part thing. He's gone back to North Carolina where they had the what do you call it? Not the cyclone, the other one. And just seeing how it is, sort of 8 months later.
Yeah.
You know, after the devastation, and I mean devastation there. Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. Fuck me, man. It's going to take years and years to get anywhere near putting that place together. But it's amazing the amount of volunteers that turn up there every week to help out. And most of them are from Christian churches, like the Baptist church, a big one. And they turn up in their hundreds, geezer, just to help out clear all the timber and the shit and help build houses. But one that surprised me, and maybe you shouldn't, because Peter Santanello's done a big vlog with the Amish, and just showed how they live. And loads of them have turned up. These Amish kids, 18, 19, 20. And the difference between these 18, 19, 20-year-old Amish kids is they're so skilled, right? Because from the age of about 6, they've been working the land, they've been building things, building houses, building barns. Man, they're so skilled. And they just turn up. And everything as volunteers. And there was an old real sort of redneck sheriff there with the beard. And he just said, I've never met Amish before. He said, I loved them. He said, I loved them. These people are amazing. Just unreal. He said, it's just so good. He loves them to death.
Man. That's the thing. Tragedy, the one shining light is it brings people together. And, like you said, there's a lot of Christians that will come and help. The Amish who, they're a very close-knit community. But it's, through tragedy, people come out and just, One
of their big things in the Amish thing is helping your neighbour. But they're travelling hundreds of miles just to go there and help.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. They really are something else.
And that's no ulterior motive, no gain. They're just doing it
as kids. They didn't spend their fucking life as kids on the fucking computer. They spent it in the fields, and in the barns and everything, and with the livestock they've got. They're just so skilled for this kind of disaster. They're the perfect people you want, mate. Really good. No, it's just a thing. But the devastation in that North Carolina, it's not just it goes so far. It's unbelievable. He shows you the bridges they lost, the roads they lost, the houses that got washed away. It's unreal, man.
And you're saying it's going to be years before they're back to where they were at.
There was one American guy there, mate. He's got his own digger, right? He had his own business. He left and came there 22 weeks ago or something like that. And he's been there as a volunteer since.
Wow.
Using his digger to clear the fucking river with all the shit that's in it. And unreal, man. He just gave up his own job to come and help.
See?
Yes. There is a bit of humanity.
I'm about to say that, through tragedy, you'll restore your faith in humanity.
Yeah, it does. When you watch stuff, wow.
Robert says, watch an old Top Gear, the one where he had to run from the redneck with their cars written on slogan. Watch an old Top Gear, the one where he had to run from the redneck with their cars written on slogan. I've seen Top Gear a few times, Robert, but I've never really seen it like that. My son spent a week in North Carolina in November volunteering. So Wally's son was volunteering out there.
Good stuff, Wally. That's nice, man. Yeah, it's quite. I love that Peter Santanello, man. How he films, and all he does is walk about and talk to people. That's it.
Yeah, getting a real perspective.
stories he gets, and the guys, people you talk to, you think, fuck. Yeah, the amount of volunteers, especially this Baptist church, the setup and the money they've donated that's come in that they've donated to people. They've given them, a big motorhome, donated it to a family, a motorhome, so they can sit in and use that while they're trying to rebuild their house. Stuff like that. It's truly amazing. It really is.
Right, I've got a thing that it popped up today. It's not new, but I don't know if people are aware of it. I'm not sure of the ins and outs, but anyway, I'm going to get to this in a minute. Right, the people in North Carolina can't get their community built back, but our government has 70 million for a goose-stepping army parade. Shake my head.
Yeah, things like that, Charlie. I was just about to mention that on the end of that. Is Jesus, when you think of the money's wasted, I can go to fucking California. The money that they've wasted on fucking housing illegals in fucking hotels. I can see that parade cost $70 million fucking dollars. Why not that kinds of money instead of even say illegal aliens that are coming in? You're housing them, you're feeding them, you're giving Medicare, everything. This money should be going to devastated places like the fires in California. More money should have been gone into that. North Carolina should have whatever money it needs to fucking rebuild itself. But the manner of every time you send fucking missiles to fucking Israel, it's costing millions and millions of dollars. Yet you can't sort out your own fucking estate there that needs serious emergency help. They're getting some from FEMA, which is their emergency mob, but it's a pittance compared what money that's wasted.
Right, yeah, the Amish are amazing carpenters and they have done great work. These probably there. What was the film with Woody Hamilton was teaching an Amish to 10-pin bowl? Woody Harrelson, is it, or Woody Hamilton? Is it Woody Harrelson?
No, or Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Harrelson. What was the film?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen that. I don't think.
Kingpin movie Amish, but we don't have a cow. Kingpin movie Amish, but we don't have a cow. Is that a phrase out of that film?
Must be, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, if the power grid goes out, the Amish won't suffer.
No, for most. There are different tiers of the Amish, isn't there? Was they called Truppenhausen or something? Whatever. Some of them, some Amish allow some technology in, like driving cars and whatever, and they've got businesses and shit. Some, the real ones have nothing.
Nothing.
There's no electricity allowed. There's no cars. They run around in their buggies. Yeah, it depends which side.
Oh, Bill Murray and Woody Harrelson was in that film. Amish dudes are solid, says CB. That's the one. And the stunning Vanessa Angel. She's in that film as well, whoever she is. That parade was paid for by sponsors, not the government.
Oh, was it? There you go. How about sponsoring some more shit down in North Carolina?
They make good candy and baked goods too. Or spend that money supporting the welfare of veterans, says Freshy.
Yeah.
I get some of my food from Amish farms, only about 30 miles. Yeah, so I remember Wally saying this before, and I remember Geezer when you were talking about, how some of them will drive cars and that because of their businesses and whatnot. Kingpin is the movie. Woody Harrelson was attempting to get in with their milk the ball by mistake. Very funny scene. Right, this is like this is so like random, and it happened. I don't know if it's still ongoing, but it popped up on YouTube as a video where there was this woman in America. I don't know if it was about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. She was there with her kid and a 5-year-old boy, a little black boy who is autistic, which it's irrelevant to what happened. She started calling this little boy. She said tried to take her kid's toy or whatever. Kids being kids. She proceeded to numerous times call him the N-word. Then when challenged on that, well, if he's going to act like it, I'm going to call. Anyway, disgusting. But then she done a GoFundMe to cover, I don't know what sort of bills and that. And that at the point of me reading the video, she was on over £700,000. Now, have you heard of this, Geezer? And anybody of the Americans, like, have you got more perspective on this? But who would donate to this woman? It's out there. There's a video of this. She's doubled down. You understand? Like, who would donate to?
Well, there is context to this, guys, of why this happened.
Okay.
Right. Yes. They said it was a 5-year-old. I seen the video. I've seen it. The kid didn't look like. They keep saying 5. I'm sure the kid looked about 9 or 10. It's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
He was stealing it. She fucking slagged him off, called him the M word, and a guy was filming it, and he called, and she fucking gave it to him as well. But previously, the week before or 2 weeks before, at a track meet, that black kid stabbed to death a white kid, a twin.
What kid?
Right?
Not that 9-year-old.
I forget that. Is his name Anthony or something? Anthony. I forget the kid's name. But this black kid stabbed this white kid at a track meet. Now, I had a little altercation. The geezer went to his backpack, pulled out a knife and stabbed him and killed him.
Yeah.
Right. So then all the black community and the activists, if you like, the black activists, they got behind the black kid's family and said, oh, he was self-defense and all that, which seems a little bit crazy because the kid admitted to it to the copper in the car. Right, that he did it. He went and got the knife and stabbed him.
Yeah.
So they started to go GoFundMe for that black kid, not the kid that's dead, but the black kid. And then it was up to $500,000.
Oh.
So when this thing happened, a week later, whatever, this white woman, everyone went, well, fucking, if he can get it, so should she. So they all poured the money in.
So that's why the money came in.
Yeah,
because I mean,
they made it a race issue. The father of the kid that died, right, came on and done an interview saying, do not make this about race, please.
Yeah.
He didn't want any, he's a very, I think he's quite a religious guy. And he said, no, it's a bad situation. He made a bad choice.
Yeah.
And he's killed my son. But don't make it about race. But the black activists that got behind the black flag did make it about race. So when it came to her saying the M word, they made it about race. So obviously all the white people went, fuck it, we'll give her money then.
Yeah.
So she's going to get, it's just tit for tat shit. It's nonsense.
Yeah. It's, neither
of them should get fuck all, but there you go.
But, and I say but as in, I don't know the two track stars or whatever, they it's nothing to do with race, and they would have been of a certain age, and but her talking to a child and saying that and doubling down on that is just fucking crazy. That's
crazy
in a kid's park. Yeah, understand. I've seen the video, but it popped up again today.
I saw a funny one the other day, right? This big white dude going into one of the takeaways there, and he was having a bit of an altercation with the guy behind him who was black, and the black geezer called him a cracker, right? So he went off his tits as well, started calling him the M word. You call me a cracker? What about the M word? What do you think of that?
Right. Oh, right. The word cracker, like, I don't know if where did that originate? Like, what's the origins of that name?
I've never found it offensive. If a black guy called me a cracker, it wouldn't bother me one bit.
You think he's calling you crazy, wouldn't you? Like, right,
it wouldn't bother me at all. I'd find that funny. If you start calling me cracker, I'd find it funny. But obviously the M word's got a bit more.
Yeah. It was a stubborn bugger, then laugh out loud. Oh, this is the bloody milking the, what did he milk? A fucking bull. Yeah, I heard about that. Vile language from the woman. Castle Doctrine. Right, it says taxpayers definitely paid that bill. That's for is that for the marching goose or whatever he's talking about? 34 million of US taxpayers' money read all to give the man baby a party in which he sulked the whole way through. Who's the man baby? Trump. Who's the man baby? Sorry, Freshie. 45 million, not 34. Right. So last week I mentioned, when do we think West Ham will? Obviously, West Ham ain't signed no one. Have you heard of any realistic sort of links or targets or? Yeah, what have you heard? I haven't heard anything at all. So I'm
trying to avoid it, but no, we can't even sell it again at the moment. Some of the teams that are in for him have already signed other centre-halves. I've heard that. So we're trying to sell him. Kudos as well. Links with Chelsea.
Spurs. I saw Spurs are interested in Kudus
Spurs,
as well.
links. That's it.
Yeah, it's, I saw
But
that.
nothing concrete about any signings.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Man Baby is obviously that orange pile of shit. Yeah, I thought. And CB is definitely not a fan of Trump. Definitely not. Castle Doctrine is the stand your ground defense. Castle Doctrine. Okay, I've heard of the stand your ground defense. It was an army parade on the 250th Army of the US. Oh, sorry, 250th birthday of the US Army. Where was that parade, Wally? I'm sure those of you that know Gonzo from Hammer's Chat, he is taking a break because all the abuse.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, right. So this is a
Yeah.
good talk about because I'm blissfully unaware. I don't follow any of the right. What's going on, Gonzo? Is that that's not the Scottish one? That's Gio, isn't it?
Yeah, the other
Right.
one.
So okay, right. So Gonzo's taking a break, and what sort of abuse is he getting?
He got abused because he wrote an article. You know that Claret and Hugh? You ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Right. I don't do Twitter or whatever they put their shit on the Facebook. But they're basically a mouthpiece for the board. When the board want information get out there, they use them to do it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he wrote an article for them, and people hated it. Even Gio came out and done a thing and said, no, he fucked up. He shouldn't have done this article. Because it was basically talking about Macaulay, how he needs to, the phrase he used was pop his sherry by making a signing. But it sort of came across as if he was throwing Macaulay under the bus, sort of thing. So he got a lot of hate, mate, and really over the top hate, apparently. Abuse and threats. Don't ever come over West Ham again and fucking you. Shit like that. Really bad. And yeah, it affected him. So he's taking a break. He said he done a video of it saying, he's threatening my family and everything. It's terrible.
Right. So,
which is disgusting.
Right. So the report he wrote clearly doesn't warrant the abuse he's getting, right? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
What I don't get is because obviously, like, I'm blissfully unaware. If Gio is his partner, why would he go against him and put out a video on their channel, like saying, "Oh, he was wrong for that"?
No, he said it because his Gonzo's video was an apology for doing it.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't. It weren't the intent people took it as weren't that, because if you watch Gonzo for a while, he's probably anti-ball. He's anti-ball as much as anyone, right?
Yeah.
It was just trying to explain something about you got Macaulay and Potter, and really they need, for the fan base sake, to bring get someone in. Try and I think that's all he was trying to explain. It'd be good for them, good for the fans. I think that's what I didn't read the article, but I'm just going by what he said. But when Gio read it himself, he said, "Oh, I knew this is an own goal, the way it's come across." And he understood why people didn't like it. Regardless whether you don't like it, the abuse, though, was ridiculous. And he said, Gio's basically saying, I know how to take this article because I know him.
Yeah.
And I know his views, right? Obviously, other people don't just see it for the first time and just think he's one of the same as all the Claret and you guys that are a mouthpiece for the board.
Did they lose any subscribers over this? Or no?
No, I don't think so.
And
I don't think so.
It's going to be hard if you take a break for those reasons.
Yeah, it's hard to come back.
It's
well as he said it. I mean, a couple of years ago, he had suffered from mental health issues, anxiety and shit like that before, and it seems to have brought that on again. So he just needs a break from it. There you go. Yeah, there's no need for the abuse, mate. You can pull someone up in the comments and I don't agree with you and all that. But Jesus Christ, don't need to get on there, start typing out fucking, you fucking wanker, I'm going to kill you if I ever see you. What the fuck?
That's crazy. That's okay. So, this is So we learned something again from cracking the whip during slavery. So now that you know that, would you, if somebody called you a cracker, would you be offended.
Oh, is that where you think it's from, Charlie boy?
No, that's
Cracking.
definitely where it's from. That is where it's from.
Oh, fucking yeah, that's that's interesting.
So would you be offended if a black guy called you that and he said it with venom? You fucking cracker.
No, I wouldn't bother me, man.
Yeah. That's where cracker comes from.
Oh, right. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's something I've learned.
So the march was in Washington, D.C. What they've been doing for 250 years, they were all out of step. That's funny. No, it says, Titch, how can we contribute to your channel? You and Geezer do this every week and respect you both very much. Listen, you lot contribute just by being part of what we do.
Lawrence.
Yeah, without you lot.
So yeah, for the last few weeks you've been fucking missing. So
yeah, so you're in trouble for that. Listen, I'll be honest with you, yeah. And Geezer can attest to this, whatever. Anyway, StreamYard is the platform I use, so then I can invite Geezer on there. The comments, all that. I think there's another way I could do it, but it's long-winded. Anyway, for the last 5 years, it's been about 200, 220. This year, I don't know what month it was. Remember, I wasn't even using YouTube that much. They took out of my bank like £420. I said, no, I can't justify paying that. And we just do one stream a week, like 400 and something pounds. I contacted them and cancelled it. And then I was going to look around for something. There's one called Restream. Anyway, went back onto StreamYard, and now all of a sudden they're offering 50%, whatever. So I got it back again for like £220. So to be honest with you lot, if I would have had to have paid 400, I probably would have said to you lot, listen, if you can help out in any way, I'd be more than welcome. But like I said, I cancelled it. I got my money back. Most of it. They took like the tax because it's an American company, like £30 I lost out. And then I got it for 200 and something, which I'm fine with that. But yeah, so then I would have come on here and said, look, you lot, really, to keep this going, if you can contribute anything, it didn't come to that. So, but yeah, it's just you lot's participation is trust me, is more than enough. And much appreciated, as we always say. So yeah, I was going to ask you lot, listen, boy, we might need some help just to pay for StreamYard, but yeah, I've got it for 200 and something rather than the 400 that they took out my bank. I couldn't believe it. Laugh at Fresh, I agree, they were all out of step. Great question.
Fucking probably
Lawrence.
bored shit or something to do that.
Listen, Lawrence and Wally, I'll never forget. Listen, when I got this laptop here, I needed this laptop when I was doing graphics and stuff like that. I need like live graphics, so I needed something good. You lot helped contribute towards that, and I'll never forget that. Once it was paid off, yeah. So you lot, yeah, you never. All I said is like everybody turning up where possible, taking part. Yeah, I'm happy with that, seriously. And I appreciate even the offer. The military was
nice.
I would listen.
Send it anyway.
Yeah. If StreamYard this year trying crazy, and I might say, you look, if you don't mind, just contributing something towards it. But like I said, we'll see what happens when we get to them renewing every year. The military was definitely protesting that big orange cheetah. Trump got the teamy version of a North Korean.
Yeah, North Koreans know how to do it, mate. They're fucking bang on. Fucking mental.
It was trolls that went over the top. So sorry, I'll get to the rest. There's a few more comments. So when did this thing all kick off, and then how long has Gonzo been on YouTube?
We started at the beginning of the week, and we've been missing a few. He'd be back. I'd say he'd be back, man. But he's got a lot of support from the other channel, like Cat and Booze. Nick Killerton done a thing for him, and another channel did. So yeah, he's got the support, and from everyone. It's just usual, isn't it? You always get a 10% fucking lunatics, keyboard warrior, horrible fuckers. It's very easy. I know lots of people could very easily send me a bad message. But if I went and met them, I'd be interested in what they've got to say if I went and met them.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be saying the same thing. It's very easy.
Yeah. It's easy to say it when you're not in somebody's shoes. But me personally, I know that Hammers Chat take this is their full-time thing and that. they wouldn't get
Yeah.
me off of YouTube. Like I wouldn't be going nowhere. Like you understand? Like I'll tell them you can.
I know. I know,
I wouldn't
exactly.
be going nowhere.
I don't think Gio's a lot thicker skinned. So is Nick Killerton. So is me. So you.
Yeah.
I don't think he's very thick skinned, poor old Gonzo. So he takes it to heart and didn't like it. Puts him in a. I suppose if you suffer with that anxiety and whatever, it just puts you in a bad state. I don't know. And you're not enjoying it. Then if you're not enjoying it, I do. Just go enjoy it.
Yep.
Enjoy doing
Exactly.
it. Don't get nothing for it. We just turn up and do it. I do with West Ham Network. Never had a thing from them. Never will.
Yep.
Don't want it.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. If I was getting abused every week, I don't mind people disagreeing with me. That's the point, isn't it? About discussion and debate. You don't have to agree with the person. But Jesus Christ, keep it civil to a point. Exactly. I don't mind being called a wanker. What are you fucking talking about, you wanker? I'll take that. All right.
Yeah.
Don't agree with me. I'll take that. But not, verbal, physical, threats of physical attack. And what? Shut the fuck up.
Over some nonsense as well. Like, over something so
just something you didn't agree with. So fucking what? I think his mistake is writing articles for that Claret Hugh because a lot of people hate them anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's how they perceive them. There you go.
Right, Roberto says it's the social media to blame. Even Gio had trolls saying his new baby had died, which was not true. Why? Fucking hell.
Yeah, some fucking weird people out there, man.
We only have to say, Titch, we are here to help. We only have to say, listen, you look, like I said, I love doing this. Like, you lot know, started out on YouTube, like doing quite a lot. Stopped for different reasons, but when I came back, this is the one constant where every Friday we've been here. So I've said it. I probably say it every stream. Like I enjoy doing this. I enjoy seeing Giza once a week. Like look forward to that. And you lot. So even now, like we've got no script. With the show, obviously we know what it is. Here we're just doing it even more so for the love of it because we're just talking about whatever. And thankfully today, like last week. Sorry, Giza, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying what other West Ham channel talks about the Amish.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mean as many.
Last week, I was like, shit. Like even today, I was thinking, fuck, like there's nothing to talk about. But the good thing is, when you have a community like this, naturally you're just and thankfully, this is why I made sure that this was not West Ham. Just we can talk about whatever. My intention was I was going to post videos of the family and different bits and bobs. I haven't got around to doing that, but that's why it's not a solely West Ham channel. So if I ever do post anything on here, it is what it is. But nice one, you look. Yeah.
When you look at all these channels, right, even West Ham Network and fucking hell, man, they're scraping the barrel to tell you anything anyway. It's just, fucking links that mean nothing. Maybe this, maybe that. The financials are fucking up their shit. We could be in big trouble come next year, money-wise. But I've been saying that for the last few years about the amount of ridiculous signings we've made and the money we've wasted. Sooner or later, it's going to bite you in the arse. The only thing that's put it off till now, while we're in financial trouble, is the 100 million from for Rice.
Yeah.
But we spent so much money on bad transfers. And I always, my mantra is you live and die by your recruitment. And we're dying from it. And it's not just last season, and it's not the 9 signings we made last summer. It goes back 4 or 5 years. It goes back to Felipe Anderson and Allaire and Skamaka and Vlasic and Dan Ling. So much wasted fucking money, man. Roberto, fucking, oh God. And look at it now. Soler, Rodriguez, Jesus God, are they anything? Are they any good to us? Full Kruger, his age, 24 or 5 million. What?
Another crazy.
I just think our recruitment's been terrible.
Ward Prowse was 30 mil.
30 mil Ward Prowse, ridiculous amount of money for him. Ridiculous. Wan-Bissaka is the highlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawson, Socek, Sofal. Yeah, they've been great signings.
But some real bad ones.
Paqueta and Kudos could be good, but we could end up with nothing for Paqueta because of the situation. Kudos, because of that season he just had, probably dropped from 85 million. We're lucky if we get 50. You know, it's just been bad. Bowen was a great signing, obviously.
Was he?
But you can't keep going and getting 50% right, Geezer.
Yeah.
You've got to be if you recruit, you've got to be at 80 to 90% what you've got to get right to make it work.
Yeah.
And unless you've got a billionaire owner, which we have, who's going to put money in, which he isn't.
Yeah.
It kills him. That's the last thing he wants to do.
Right. Lawrence says, Titch, please WhatsApp me. I want to give something. Right. Listen, you lot. What I'll do is, at some point, I think I'll link my PayPal to the channel. If anybody ever wants to donate, all that money will do is go back into the channel. Like I said, StreamYard will renew. I don't even know when it was. It was probably August, September, October. So if you do want to, there's no obligation. I'll put it there. Anything you do will just go back into this StreamYard because once again, I would assume their fucking money will go up. So if you, there's no obligation. I'll put it there. And like I said, anything is appreciated. And like I said to you, if it was £400 like they took, 430, I think, I would have come on here saying, look, you lot, if you can help out, otherwise, it's going to be fucking impossible because I can't justify once a week. Yeah, it's crazy. For what it is as well, it's crazy. I couldn't believe that. So Lawrence, I'll just, over the next few days, I'll just link my PayPal to the channel in the description. But there's definitely no obligation. There's no asking for anything. And, you know, if you do, it just go to paying for StreamYard next time. And much appreciated, obviously. My brother said, you don't leave basic training and forget how to march. Those brothers were definitely protesting against Trump.
I know how to march, guys. I was in the Army Cadets. I know how to march.
The Army Cadets.
Quite enjoyed it, actually. Shooting guns and marching. It's quite good.
Titch, we do appreciate that, but I would like to help with Daz's trophy. That's listen, you look, like I said, regardless if anybody, we'll definitely do that. A trophy we're definitely going to get. And I'll have that definitely. Remember, for that to get engraved, that's at the end of next season. And we could actually get one and engrave it for this season, which was Freshfielder was the champ. So we'll sort that out. I'll try and
I need a new hat.
New hat for Giza. It's sun's coming soon. A big one, a sombrero. I'll contribute, no problem. Won a couple of G's on one GG bet this week. Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Listen, you lot. Like I said, the most important thing is that you lot are here, and we just continue every season just to have a good time and good laughs. I just enjoy you lot's company. That kind of makes sense. CB, Inky agree. Giza, I disagree with you every week, says
I know you do, Lawrence, but that's why I like it. You're meant to.
Banter is great. You know, the good thing, it's so small, but no one here is ever personal with anybody that's part. Do you understand? And anytime somebody new does pop in, obviously, they're made to feel welcome. Anzac being one of those. Yeah.
Even with West Ham Network, we get anything between 400 and 800 a week, views.
Yeah.
Whatever it doesn't really matter. And then you get a few comments, after the show and that come in. And I've only had one where this guy wrote in and said, when we first started, he was basically directing a comment to Russie, right? Going, Russie, I don't know what you're doing here. I can't handle these two.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. So I just put, I fucking replied. It's the only time I replied, well, don't fucking watch it, mate. Simple.
Yeah.
He never came back.
What? Was that this season or last season?
Yeah, this season, I think. Yeah, right at the beginning when we first started it. Well, maybe last season. I can't remember when we first started it. But yeah, why fucking say anything? Just don't watch. I just see what he says to that, but he didn't come back to me.
Didn't reply. Dickhead. He just needs a break. People always talk real tough on the internet, talking about Gonzo. Gonzo. All right. Gonzo did say that he's kind of sensitive to the trolling. Gio seems to be able to let it go easier.
Yeah, that's the truth. Well, he's a lot thicker skinned, Gio, you know. So there you go. It's one of them.
Did you discuss the Prem fixtures at the beginning of the show? No, we didn't. The only thing was Inky put in there
Not
that
really.
West Ham v Leeds is the last game of the season. Who's at home for that?
The last game at the moment. That could also change, couldn't it?
Oh, and obviously, freshly I said all I know is that the first game is Sunderland away.
That is interesting, isn't it? Really, I believe I'm predicting now Sunderland should end very bottom of the league.
They should do.
To get them on their first day back in the Premier League up there. If they'd been at home, I wouldn't have been worried. But up there, that's a different kettle of fish. That's exactly a tough fish.
I thought that as well. Like, Sunderland at home would be, they'll have the like most promoted teams. You normally get sort of the first.
Oh, they'll be up for it, Gazer.
Yeah, but even at home for us would be like, all right, it wouldn't be easy. But going to Sunderland first game of the season.
No, if we played them 10 weeks in, I mean, we beat them. Well, we still don't know what team we're going to have out on the pitch yet, do we? So it's hard to say that either. But it would have been a lot easier than the first game. I mean, it's a toughie.
Yeah, that is a tough game.
So, but there you go. There's a lot of tough games.
Right. Who else is? I see. Is it Man United Arsenal? There's a big game, first game of the season, isn't there?
Yeah, I think I did hear that, but I haven't really seen anyone else's fixtures, Gazer. But I'm sure I heard someone say Man United Arsenal. They've got to have a game of the round, don't they? I suppose that would be a good.
I'm sure it's Arsenal, Man United. I would like to say we are family. Hate some of you mugs. Joke. I would agree with that. Apart from hating any of you.
I did notice though, there's no. Apparently, someone said it. There's no pictures on Boxing Day for anyone.
Oh,
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's fucking outrageous. That was a tradition, always going Boxing Day after the Christmas Day. I loved it. One of my favourite fixtures of the year.
Of course,
but no one's playing Boxing Day. Apparently.
So when is the next fixture? The day after?
Day after, yeah.
And the thing is, obviously, Boxing Day as a tradition, it was all the teams. Now, it's going to scatter the games over the next 3 days after Christmas, rather than just everybody playing on Boxing Day.
Yeah, I just think shit.
Yeah, it is. Especially as Christmas. Once I'm not really a Christmassy person either, so you look forward to that next day. Some football on the TV. Wally. I'm only here for the shark attack, says Inky Boy. Even Lawrence looks out of even Lawrence looks out of step in his profile pic. Fresh, easy. Charlie says, if anybody threatens Titch, they will be brought to swift justice, but I will crash out about my homie or send someone to crash out. Nice one, Charlie. Thankfully, we're not on air long enough for the trolls and all that. That profile pic is my wife. I bought online, says Lawrence. Yes, Titch. Lawrence, you got a great bargain. I've met her. She's wonderful. She wouldn't stop nagging when I knew.
There you go.
Charlie says, had to return mine. She was broken. Laugh out loud. That was an attempted joke.
Yeah, it was all right. I thought it was good.
StreamYard price went up crazy. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. But it's funny how, like I said, and I spoke to Geezer about this. So they took the money didn't mention. Like, obviously, I didn't even realize they didn't mention anything about this 50% discount and all that. As a customer for the last 5 years, or whatever, cancelled. Restream was maybe 50% cheaper, and then all of a sudden, online StreamYard, 50% off. So I'm thinking, yeah. So they would take the people that's already customers, they'll take the full amount, but to get new ones, they'll give it at a cheaper price. So, basic StreamYard used to be free. One second.
Yeah.
What do you want? Huh? Yeah, the basic one, Wally, that you can't use overlays, you can't play videos and all that. So it's, yeah, you can't do nothing with that. Yeah, and even now I was thinking, like, I'm so used to this, so all of a sudden now we just don't even have like the basic graphics and that. Like, yeah, I couldn't do that. West Ham at home to Leeds. Oh, so we're at home for the last game of the season against Leeds.
Yeah,
I remember,
and then sometimes it changes. Games get cancelled or they move them around. I expect it to be Leeds, but you remember the last game at Upton Park wasn't meant to be Man United. It was a cancelled game. Yeah, because of cup competitions or whatever. It could change. But at the moment, we're playing Leeds last day of the season, and let's hope it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. I remember we went to Forest for their first home match in the Prem, and they beat us, of course. Yeah, they beat us quite a lot, actually, since they've been back. Leeds will get a lesson against West Ham, says Lawrence. This is what I like, the fighting talk, because Inky started it. I'll tell you what Inky said, Lawrence, if you weren't here for the start. Inky said at the start, here we go. Inky said, hope you don't need the points to stay up.
I'll tell you what, Inky, at the moment, a lot of people think we might. But
exactly.
Jesus Christ, they keep on, when we do the West Ham Network show, they ask you about, what's your expectations for next year? I don't have any. I can't have any until I know what team we're putting out on that pitch. I can't even say where we'd finish. It's just pointless because I know we're losing 6, 7, 8 players and we haven't brought one in yet. So it's hard to have an opinion on it until I see what we bring in.
Geese in a sombrero with tassels would be fire, says CD. No, you know what you need? We could be top of the league, says Freshie.
Yeah. We remember your fourth prediction last year, Freshie. Don't worry.
No,
I need that.
What do you want? Oh,
there's only 13 places out.
What's the name of the? What is that? Okay, just give me a tiny bit there. What's the name of the hats that the Aussies wear with the things? What are they? Corks or what are they hanging down?
Corks.
Yeah, I thought so. What is there a name for those hats or?
No Australians ever wore one, but there you go.
All right,
but the idea of that, I think that might have been done on a comedy show once because when you go out west here, the fucking flies are amazing, right? There's billions of them all over you. And when I was working on the power line, you don't think they're that bad. Now and then, you're swatting them away from your face. You're wearing a hat anyway and whatever. But you are swatting them away. It's annoying. But you don't realise how many they are. You're out there in 35 degrees of heat until you look at your mates. We're all wearing high-vis shit, the orange shirts. But when you see your mate's back and his whole back is black, right? And you look at everyone else, their whole back is black with fucking flies because they're sucking the sweat out of your shirt because your back of your shirt's soaking. So you know that you've got the same on your back. Thousands. So the idea of that hat was to keep the flies away from your face. But it doesn't really exist unless you go to a tourist shop. You can buy one.
I think I don't know what you lot think in the chat, but I think that should be part of Geezer's Friday night attire. Is one of those cork dangling.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
Yeah. All games. Oh, okay, Saturday the 27th. So it's all
27th.
Okay, so they're not spreading them out, which is something, but it's not Boxing Day. when doing a HTV, if anyone in the live chat said something crazy, I just took it to East Brooklyn real fast, laugh out loud. Yeah, I think that would be my, like I said, just with Gonzo, everybody's different, but yeah, I wouldn't allow trolls and that to make me stop doing what I'm doing, especially as that's his sort of a living. He's making a living out of that. Those are the days. Oh, sorry. What happened? What happened to American Hammers? Are they still? No.
Nah, just stopped doing it. They just stopped.
I miss American Hammers TV. Great channel. Yeah, Wally might know as to what happened to them. Yeah, we have a good laugh on there, Wally. Wonder where
I think
everyone
they
is
just
now.
stopped doing it. They just stopped.
What was the name of them of them people in there?
Oh, for fuck's sake! I've forgotten. My first appearance was on American Hammers TV. Oh God, the big Lawrence and Wally, tell you, the two main guys, the big geezer with the beard.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Dave. No, not Dave. What was the guy's name?
I
Lawrence
forget.
says, I was thinking about starting my own American Hammer channel. It would take a lot of my time. Lawrence, if you're gonna do it, you should do it. If you're being serious. But yeah, I think it'd be good. And yeah, I'd help out. Me and Geezer could have a regular slot on there. But yeah, you should. Yeah, a lot of laughs. I don't know what happened to Tim. That's it, and Lee. Tim and Lee. I think they're still around.
Tim and Lee, yeah. Tim, I don't forget that. Tim and Lee. They're still around, buddy. I think Lee carried it on for a while when Tim weren't doing it, and he done it. Yeah, he even got an interview with Bill Gardner. He done pretty well with it. But then he just stopped doing it. So
in the fridge.
So life gets in the way.
Down here, Taylor, get him the brownies out of the fridge. One sec, Denai. I'm expecting a hard season, says Inky. I believe at this moment in time, Leeds will finish above West Ham. I believe.
I fancy Leeds to get out of that bottom three anyway. Whoever replaces him is the question. Yeah, could it be Everton or Everton going to have a good season? Could it be Brentford or Bournemouth? They keep losing players like they are. That Howson went to Real Madrid.
Yeah, 50 mil. Yeah.
What fucking centre half? Do you mean 50 mil, geezer? We spent 40 on Kilman. You know, that's another, to me, a bad buy. Money wise, a bad buy. Yeah, 50 million for that house and is a bargain, geezer. It's peanuts.
Yeah, he's young as well. Like young. Good shout, geezer. Can't predict until we see what players we have.
Oh, pointless. You're blowing in the wind here with West Ham. You haven't got a clue. We could see the return of Cornet at this rate.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio got his little 10 minutes for Jamaica. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you didn't throw in Cornet into the bad buys. Remember, he was at 17.5.
Horrendous buy, yeah. Well, there's more, I'm sure I could remember. Yeah, but Cornet, horrendous buy. Horrendous. Fucking hell, man. There's just been too many. And we still haven't got rid of him.
Fresh says, the bugs over here are attracted to yellow. I made the mistakes of wearing a t-shirt out in the sticks one day. Never again.
Really? They like yellow?
Well, I have lots of time now, Larry. We can give it a shot. Wally and Selly probably be up for it. That would be good if you lot started some sort of American Hammers channel.
CB, could you take over the actual AHTV and go with that?
A comeback.
Just go with that. If you talk to Lee, and that might be the easiest way, wouldn't it? I don't know.
That would actually be good. Lee got really busy, did the odd show here and there, but I've not seen anything in a while.
No.
Oh, Titch, what happened to Geezer's Gnome? Not seen it in Yonks. I'm going to bring it back. I'll bring it back for the season. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it back. He's still there. He's twin. What's up? Did you see where they shot the Australian reporter lady with a rubber bullet? They did it deliberately.
Yeah, I don't. I don't mind that. That doesn't bother me, Charlie. When I see these stupid reporters standing in between the rioters, right, and the police, fuck it, they deserve everything to get. Fuck them.
Where was that?
It's like when there's a fucking a cyclone happening and they're standing outside a hotel getting smashed by the wind and the rain. But I hope a bolt of lightning hits you, stupid fuckers. I've got no sympathy with these reporters. None.
CB and Wally would be great on the channel. I think, yeah, you lot doing American hammers would be good. It would be a good blend as well if you could have managed to get Lawrence, Wally, CB. That would be good. Gio got scammed out of his house fund, but what's going on in his life? It's the least of his worries. Wait, Gio got scammed out of his house fund, but what's going on in his life? It's the least of his worries. Thing is, it is someone we know. Oh shit! See what he said?
I don't know what that means. I'm not.
He said the person that scammed him is somebody that we know.
House fund.
Oh shit!
Don't know what that means.
Damn. Tim was the real driving force behind HTV. He put a lot of time into it, and I think he kind of burned out and went to something else.
Yeah, Tim was the man. Yeah, Tim was the man. Lee tried to carry on for a while, but Tim was the driving force. When I started watching it first, American Hammers, I really enjoyed it because I had like Wally and Lawrence and all the others. You had Tom and Bex in the chat. A lot of people in the chat were good. They were good. All the people that were in the chat it was a good sort of community, if you want to use that word, in the chat. I think it took a downgrade for me when they got Silly Bollocks on Fever. It's like when he kept going, send me the link, and he started coming on too much. That's sort of, as soon as he came on, I sort of turned off. But but they had a good lot of people in that chat, and he spoiled it a bit. But yeah, Tim was the man. He was quite good at it too. Quite a good presenter, Tim, as well. Very, very good.
I would say this though, you lot, if you lot ever did do it, I would help as much as possible with what you need and all of that. So it wouldn't be as daunting as you might think in regards to putting out content and that.
Yeah, anyway, you just don't have Fever on.
No. Yeah, that's one. Wally can be the voice of reason.
He definitely that. I remember one thing there, him and Lee and Wally were on doing it, and me and the Aussie boy from South Australia, haven't heard from him for years. But we were just taking a piss and having a laugh, and I got Wally laughing a few times. And Lee, some of the comments we were throwing in. It was a good crack, really good.
I remember Wally's when we done the one from each team, and he came with a stats based. He
did. Done his statty thing, didn't he? Yeah, what's that?
It was it was good, like different. So I enjoyed that. You can channel right. Let's get through the comments. Yeah, what did you say?
I'll wait for Ronaldo. I'll wait for him to turn up in the Premier League.
You were strategic with your. Well, whatever money comes in for selling players, only 75% only 75 mil can be spent, says Colin.
Yeah, call to the West Ham board. Yeah.
Freshie says CB took more football sense than any UK fan when he used to be on.
Yeah, CB was good. Now Charlie Boy was really good on American Hammers TV, mate. He brought that Brooklyn swagger to it. It was really good. Really liked it.
Yeah, you lot should make a comeback. Tim Lee, main guys. There was a lot of people though. Dude named John from across the pond. John.
Team Lee, mate. There was people with John. Can't remember John.
Fresh. I always just spoke from football playing point of view. I don't do favorites. Ball don't lie. Right, someone he knows. Yeah, he was saving money to buy his own house. Oh shit!
Really? Someone scammed him, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck
someone
that.
that he knows. So yeah, not we know,
What
because
it
yeah,
is.
someone he knows, not we know.
Yeah, Katie was lovely.
Oh yeah, she knew ball real good.
Yeah, she was lovely, wasn't she, Katie?
What
Talked
was
to
her
her
name? She had a
before.
name. Did she have? She had a nickname.
Katie.
Was it the
No,
Princess of
I
Philly
really like
or
Katie. She's gorgeous.
she had a I suppose she had a nickname. I haven't seen Kate in a while. You used to see her every week. Oh yeah, at the Stoves Bar. Remember? Yeah, he said he used
Yeah,
to see
that's
her all
right.
the
Well,
time.
yeah, she came across really nice, really lovely girl. Liked her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
John
would,
did
I would shake her hand. That's for sure. Lovely girl.
John did the Friday Night Like show. I was his scorekeeper, co-host. Fun time, but he had a
That's
baby
right.
and so had no time for it.
And you had Frankel on there as well, didn't you? Adam Frankel. We've
Mm.
done well. We've done the quiz show as well.
Katie K,
Katie
that's it.
K.
That's it. Yeah, I knew she had a nickname.
Yeah, she was good, man. Yeah, Adam Frankel done a good job for him too. I thought he was good.
Exactly. You want to bring that CB Favor and Wally from Intercool's PA. But yeah, you look, I think it would be good if you look, I know it's time and that, but that's the thing with a channel. Some people can commit to more, some can't, some can do whatever. But yeah, I think it would be a good thought at least. Because there ain't, is there a designated American Hammers type channel now? Probably not.
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
But
Yeah,
like I
it's
said,
a tricky one. It's just trying to get the people on board and doing it. Plus, the time difference can be different. So.
But yeah, I would help.
I say, yeah, Charlie Walsh on. He's either on it, or he was on the chat when he weren't on it. So there was a good crowd in the chat as well. It backs up the people doing it. It was good. That helps. Yeah.
You lot should think about it. Yeah, Frankel did a game show too.
Yeah, that's right. I remember John now. It's just come in my head. John. Yeah, I do. Yeah, got it.
Right, so Gio, somebody asked to borrow money, someone he knows, but he never got it back, but don't seem to pursue it.
Really? Wow. I don't know what that's all about.
So the American Hammers channel is still there, Wally thinks.
It's still on my subscriptions, guys. I noticed it yesterday.
Yeah, dormant.
I'd imagine, I don't know what that means.
But yeah, you lot should you know what? You should reach out to Tim or Lee and just explore it. The channel's already there. You understand? So you just
ban Fever, Wally. I know you like him, but fuck him off.
Please. Right, Geezer. One sec, here we go. Get my number one from Titch. We'll figure something out, buddy. Yeah, see? Yeah, you look seriously so one, like I said, the channel's still there. I don't know Lee and Tim. I've seen them, but I don't know who they are. So I'm gonna imagine if they would probably be open to that. If the channel's sitting there not doing anything, they'd probably be open to it. And I see them back on the screens from time to time with no obligation or no commitment. So
yeah, whatever's easiest. If it's easier to set your own one up, do it. But I think the American Hammers in front you'd probably need to use that, maybe change the other bit. But you should do that.
But yeah, I would definitely help out where possible, where needed. But yeah,
American Hammers West Ham, American Hammers United, whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got CB's number. I can talk to Lee if you want. Yes. Okay, right, you lot. So next week we'll have an update on this subject. Geezer, we've been going for 1 hour and 35, which is good because I was thinking we ain't got nothing to talk about. Any final words for these lot before we end the stream?
Final words of what, guys? West Ham in the shit. Keep the fucking faith, Gazer. Let's see what transpires. I believe we need to have bodies in the next 2 weeks to show something. And if we keep going at this thing, we have to sell before we buy. Jesus, we could be in a bit of strife come the beginning of the season. If we're going to unload Kudus, we need to do it soon. If we're going to unload fucking Agard, we need to do it soon if that's where your money is, because we can't see it anywhere else. Fair play to Antonio as well, though. I can't believe he's even kicking a ball, to be honest, with the injury he had. That's to me, that's career-ending, what he had.
Yeah. And
he's probably had less time off than fucking Somerville, I think tore a hammy. Unbelievable. You know, a testament to him to get back and actually kick a ball again. Unreal.
Yeah.
Do I think he should be at West Ham next year? No, I don't. I think it's time. It was time before this accident happened. Yeah. But full play to him as a man to do what he's doing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Right. Lee might even want to get back on. He was good. He knew how to talk. Lafayette says,
yeah, he's very good. Yeah.
Like Lee, says Lawrence. Lee is my guy, says CB. Lee is a super nice guy. He might just need a bit of help. Exactly, Robert. That's what. If the thing is, if you reach out to him, he might actually say, "Oh wow," you know, like where obviously the onus is not on him fully and the responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He might, and the fact that he's, the channel is still there, and he clearly loved what he was doing at the time. So maybe reach out to him. Peach was on there too. Remember the Ali episode? Oh my god, laugh out loud.
Yeah.
What happened in that episode? Peach.
Yeah.
Funny. R.I.P. Peach. Yep. Right, you lot. We are going to see how far or what luck you lot have with Lee and American Hammers. And next week we will speak about this. Let me know, Wally. If not, I may look into my own. Yeah, either way, Lawrence. So if it's not that route, then that. But like I said, Lawrence, any help, I'm here. Right, you lot, we're going to end the stream. And we will be back next Friday at 10 o'clock. And hopefully we have some news on West Ham, some sort of transfer activity, hopefully. But anyway, we will see you next Friday. Ciao.
Laters.